Sometimes, the bonds that tie us are not tangible chains nor cold stone walls. Sometimes, it is greed, old habits, procrastination, and unfulfilled promises to ourselves that trap us in the invisible basket of life. And here is a very small story, but if you listen, you may never forget it. The story goes that in a quiet house where even the sound of the wind slipping through the cracks could be heard clearly, there was a little mouse quietly rummaging for food. The night was pitch dark. Everything was normal, silent like many other nights. But then, a fragrant aroma suddenly permeated the space. The sweet, warm scent of ripe corn, as if painting a path leading the mouse to the sweetest thing it had ever dreamed of. Following the scent, the little mouse found a large basket woven from sturdy bamboo strips, placed in the corner of the room. Inside the basket, golden, plump corn was stacked in layers. But the basket was tightly tied, without a single gap or crack for the mouse to sneak in. Its mouth began to water, and its stomach growled loudly, restless and impatient. The mouse tried to bite the bamboo strips, but they were too thick and strong. The entrance to paradise seemed to be sealed forever. But then, right next to it, like a gift of coincidence, was a small, forgotten knife. With mischievous bright eyes, the mouse immediately grabbed the knife and carefully cut a hole in the side of the basket, just big enough for its small body to slip through. And so, without hesitation, it darted into the corn basket. Its own paradise opened up, enchanting and radiant. Everywhere is corn. Each kernel sparkles under the moonlight, shining through the cracks in the door. The little mouse keeps eating, not knowing when to stop. The corn kernels melt in its mouth, sweet and rich, as if making up for the long days of hunger. Before long, the little mouse's belly is round and full. So much so that it has to lie down in the middle of the pile of corn, panting but still craving more. Only when the hunger passes, when the joy of fullness subsides, does the mouse remember that it needs to leave this basket. But when it returns to the small original hole, it is startled to realize its body is no longer as small as before. The round, full belly cannot fit through that small gap. The mouse panics and hurriedly continues gnawing at the basket's edge. But the bamboo slats are still as solid as stone. The knife left outside, the little mouse cried, tears streaming down its tiny whiskers. The pile of golden corn was no longer a paradise, but had become a sealed trap, imprisoning both body and dreams of freedom. The mouse cried for a long time, surrounded by darkness and the smell of corn, until a rabbit passing by heard the crying and stopped to peek into the small hole. The rabbit asked the reason, and the mouse recounted everything, step by step, without hiding anything. After listening, the rabbit thought for a moment and then said, "I can't break this basket, but I have an idea. You just wait until tomorrow morning. When your stomach has digested all the corn, you will shrink and you will be able to crawl out." Hearing this, the mouse was overjoyed and thanked him repeatedly, then lay down in the middle of the pile of corn, holding on to hope. That night, the little mouse lay awake, both waiting and recalling each kernel of corn it had eaten, every moment of greed. The next morning, just as the rabbit had said, the little mouse's belly had shrunk. Its small body returned to normal. That small hole now seemed like a door opening to freedom. As long as it passed through there, it would be free and no longer trapped. But then, just as the little feet were about to step out, the mouse's gaze stopped on the bright golden corn kernels. The temptation arose again. A voice echoed in its head. "Just a few more kernels. This time I'll know when to stop. It's okay." And so, the mouse bent down again, eating 1, 2, then 3 more kernels, and even more. By the time it realized, its belly was full and round. The small hole had become a closed door. Once again, the mouse was trapped by its own greed. But this time, no kind rabbit passed by. There was only a cat, quietly and cautiously approaching, smelling the scent of a mouse, gently lifting the basket slats. Before the mouse could react or feel regret, everything fell into silence. Sometimes we are like that mouse. It is not the outside world that imprisons us, but greed, habits, and the lies we tell ourselves. Just one more time. This time will be different. I will know when to stop. But then we keep repeating that vicious cycle until one day when the opportunity is closed, when the cat in our life appears, all we are left with is regret. Life always gives us a way out. Every morning is a new opportunity. But if we keep procrastinating, keep indulging in the corn kernels of old habits, we will remain stuck in the basket we created ourselves. Try asking yourself honestly, are you living freely? Or are you just stuck in a basket full of responsibilities, desires, and endless loops? If you feel happy, keep living fully. If you are tired, stop and check whether you are repeating that vicious cycle. Life does not wait. Don't wait until the cat arrives to realize how many opportunities you have missed to change. If you see yourself in this story, share it with those who are also struggling in their own baskets. And if you love stories that awaken the heart, see you in the next stories. Wishing you freedom and enough courage to step out of your own basket.